Hi everyone, my name is Vishaviki and today I'm with my colleagues Mr. Walid Ahmed, Ms. Tuli Paul and Mrs. Arushaku. And today we are going to represent our presentation about growing GDP in Nigeria through SME development. So let's begin with the slides and introduction. And in the overview, I'm going to tell about the growing GDP is essential for poverty in Nigeria through education. Small and medium enterprises plays a crucial role in the economic growth. The world and the Africa has also experienced positive GDP growth, but Nigeria has faced declined GDP about 4%, which is also target about the economic interventions. Importance SMEs represent over 90% of the business worldwide. Well, they also contribute in employment and GDP growth. Well, the objective of this presentation is to identify the obstacle and hinders SMEs in Nigeria and propose an effective solution. By addressing these obstacles, we have also enhanced the economic contributions of SMEs. Well, moving to the next slide, I'm here going to justify the case study selection. The relevance of the topic is the necessity of the case study on the promotion of the SME to enhance increase in GDP in Nigeria. Uh, due to the problem of high level of poverty and unemployment in Nigeria, the SMEs are recognized internationally as significant agents of economic development. The globally and local construct, it must be noted that SMEs make up to more than 90% of the business entities across the globe. Well, due to countries' dependence on the oil sectors in Nigeria has also done impact on this SMEs. Well, moving to the next slide, Nigeria's economic context or importance of SMEs. Current economic state of Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the largest economy in Africa with a GDP of around 450 million dollars in 2023. Despite this, 40% of the population has been in below the poverty line. Well, most of the, as I told earlier, most of the people of Nigeria has under the line of poverty, and they also rely on the oil sector. Well, the importance of the SMEs in global economy are the SMEs are the backbone of the economies, which provide employment and drive innovations. Well, SMEs are more than 90% of the businesses across the globe and 50% of the employment worldwide. Well, moving to the next slide, Nigeria's economic landscape. Analysis of the obstacles. Well, here in this slide, we have identified the obstacles. Well, more than 50% of the Nigerian population, mostly women, are under the literacy rate and they haven't received their formal education yet. And after that, only 5% of the Nigerians have limited access to the financing. After that, there are cultural and background biases on the gender basis as well. And in this presentation, we are going to propose a solution adapting successful SME infrastructure for the other countries, developing a comprehensive plan to help grow Nigeria's GDP through SMEs, aiming the poverty alleviations through sustainable SME developments. Well, some of the key challenges facing SME Nigeria, as to finances that the Nigerians will have 5% of the finances and after that, in this area of finance, also high interest rate are strictly which are been a big obstacle for them. And after that, educational gap, as I told earlier, 47 of the population and women are particularly illiterate. Moving to the next slide, background of the SMEs, global importance of the SME. As I told earlier, SME represent over 90% of the business worldwide, contributes more than 50% of employment. SMEs in the UK, 5.6 million private sector businesses are running over in the UK, and there are 61% of the employment contribution of the UK by the SMEs. And in the developing countries, over the 70% of the employment rate is done by the SMEs. That contributes 60% of the GDP worldwide. So moving to the next slide, and I'm handing over to my colleague, Miss Aruj.
Thank you, Vishu. Now I will discuss about the obstacles to SME growth in Nigeria. We have three obstacles: knowledge and training issues, financial availability, cultural limitations. Educational gap: approximately 50% of the population, particularly women, have not received formal education. Lack of financial literacy hampers business management and growth. Finance availability: limited access to credit. Only 5% of SME have access to educate financials. Gender biases and socio-cultural barriers restrict nearly 50% of the population from economic participation. Next slide, please. Adapting successful approaches to Nigeria. We have three successful approaches to Nigeria: education and training program, financial support and microfinancing, government and NGO support. First of all, we will discuss education and training program implementation, partnering with international organization for training programs, focus on practical skills and financial literacy. Next, financial support and microfinancing, government-backed microfinance institution, creating government-backed microfinance institution, private sector partnership, collaborating with banks and private lenders to provide SME-friendly financial product, government and NGO support, NGO collaboration, working with NGOs to provide support services for SME. Implementation plan for Nigeria is educational program, financial support, and incubators and support. Next slide, please. Now we will discuss proposal for Nigeria. We have three proposals for Nigeria: the vocational training and education. The action plan of the vocational training and education is partner with UNEXO and ILO, integrate financial literacy, and expected outcome is enhanced skill and financial literacy of SME. Second one is microfinancing initiative, and the action plan is established government backed institution partner with banks, and expected outcome is improved access to finance of SME. Third one is incubator and technology parks. The action plan is set up incubator and collaborate with NGOs. The expected outcome is increased support and resources for SME growth. Next slide, please. Now I'm discuss international benchmark successful SME models. We have three countries like United Kingdom, Germany, and China. First of all, we will discuss United Kingdom. SME receive a great financial support and grants. Therefore, the survival rate of those businesses are high. Germany combination systems of qualitative vocational preparation with practical training. China country has many incubation centers and vigorous microfinance for rapid development of SME. Next, moving to the next slide. I will discuss about detailed plan for vocational training in this slide. Curriculum development, they have three basics: curriculum development, financial management, business planning, entrepreneurship. The implementation of the vocational training program is partnership training program and target audience. And vocational training plans have three components: financial management and business planning, entrepreneurship. The component of financial management description is basics of accounting and budgeting, and implementation strategies partner with financial expert. And the component of business planning is creating business plan and collaborate with business school. And component of entrepreneurship, starting and running a business. And implementation is engage successful entrepreneurship and mentors. Moving to the next slide. Yes, detailed plan for microfinancing is established a government-backed institution. The implementations: create microfinancing institutions with government backing, ensure low-interest loan and flexible credit terms. A private sector partnership is collaborations, partner with bank and private lenders, develop SME-friendly financial product, and incentives is encourage corporate social responsibilities. Microfinancing implementation plans, component of microfinancing implementation plan is two components: government backed institution and private sector partnership. Now Mr. Walid will discuss next slide.
Thank you, Aruj, to give me a chance to describe my slides. And now I'll discuss my slide, addressing cultural limitation, empowering human entrepreneurship, programs and support services. Programs are managed tailored education and training programs for women, and support service are maintenance, legal assistance, and advocacy or to overcome gender biases. And second one is community engagement. Its maintenance to cultural awareness campaigns, and second one is inclusive policies. Now I'll move to next slides. Now my next slide is cost analysis. Now I'll describe three components of cost analysis. First one is training programs. Second one is microfinance initiatives, and third one is operational and sustainability. Training programs, maintenance, description, infrastructure, trainers, materials, outreach, and their maintenance cost is 5 million. And funding resources is government funding and international aid. Second one is microfinance initiative. Their maintenance is description, initial capital, operational cost, and sustainability plan. They manage bear to cost 10 millions, and the funding source is government funding, private investment. And third one is operational and sustainability. There's description, maintaining is running cost, reserve fund development, and the bear cost is 3 million. And this funding source is government fundings and international aid. Now I move to in second next slide. My next slide is data collection. I'm collecting my data. All data collection is secondary data collection. Secondary data collections are many sources, such as World Bank and International Monetary Funds, Central Bank of Nigeria, and UNESCO, National Bureau of Statistics, and last one is academics articles. Now I'll describe my next slide. My next slide is dividends of data collection. Already I told my all data collections names. Now I'll describe my World Bank from Nigeria economics update, SME employment reports, and second was an IMF. His description is just financial assistance for developing countries policies papers. And third one is Central Bank of Nigeria, SME finance reports and economics in indicators. And third one is UNESCO, education and data and vocational training reports. National Bureau of Statistics, poverty and inequality statistics and employment data. And statistics, economics indicators, SME growth and employment statistics. And last one is academics articles, SME on development, economics growth, socio-economic impacts. Now I am up to next slide. And my next slide describe is my next clause is Olipol. I'm inviting to describe her topic.
Thank you, Walid. Now I will explain my part. This is the data analysis, and here is the three part of analysis: regression analysis, comparative analysis, and the SWOT analysis. Move to the next slide, please. Data analysis. SWOT analysis. Here's the meaning of SWOT is strength, weakness, threats, and opportunities. Assessing strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats related to SME growth in Nigeria. Next slide, please. This slide presents a comparative analysis of SME growth metrics between Nigeria and other countries, as well as their support structures. Comparative analysis of SME growth metrics, United Kingdom. The UK benefits from strong financial support system leading to high SME survival rates and comprehensive government grants. Nigeria has an emerging entrepreneurial culture and a large market, but SMEs face high failure rates due to financing and training gaps. Comparative analysis of SME support structures, United Kingdom. The UK provides financial literacy programs and SME training along with government scams like start-up loans and private sector partnerships. Nigeria, despite a large market and growing number of SMEs, Nigeria struggles with financing and vocational training gaps. Next slide, please. Let's discuss the expected outcomes of implementing our proposed SME support initiatives in Nigeria. Anticipated GDP through enhanced SME activities and economic diversification. These expected outcomes highlight the potential benefits of our proposed initiatives and their contribution to sustainable economic development in Nigeria. In the next slides, we will discuss the steps for monitoring and evaluating the effectiveness of these initiatives. Recommendations. We urge the Nigerian government to implement supportive policies and provide financial backing for SME initiatives. Collaborating with international organizations will be crucial for training and development programs. The private sector should be encouraged to invest in and partner with SMEs. Corporate social responsibility initiatives focused on SME development can significantly contribute to the success of these programs. Next slide, please. Key performance indicators. SME rates post-implementation, increase in the GDP contribution by SMEs. Data collection methods, daily, weekly, or monthly surveys or financial reports from the SMEs targeted for the study. Present the status of compliance with the guidelines in the framework of further cooperation with international organizations. Feedback mechanism. Regular feedback from the SME owner through questionnaires that been designed to incorporate structured interviews. Next slide, please. In conclusion, let's summarize the key points of our proposal and present our recommendation for supporting SME growth in Nigeria. Summary of key points. SMEs play a crucial role in economic development and poverty alleviation. However, they face several obstacles in Nigeria, including lack of knowledge and training, limited access to finance, and cultural limitations. We proposed solutions adapted from successful SME infrastructures in the UK, Germany, and China. These solutions include vocational training programs, microfinancing initiatives, and addressing cultural limitations to empower women entrepreneurs and engage the community. Our detailed plans for vocational training, microfinancing, and support services aim to enhance the skills, financial access, and support structures of SMEs in Nigeria. We expect outcomes of these initiatives, including economic growth, job creation, poverty reduction, improved financial literacy, and long-term sustainability. Monitoring and evaluation strategies are essential to track progress, collect feedback, and make necessary adjustments to ensure the successful of these initiatives. Call to action. We call on all stakeholders, including the government, private sectors, and community organizations, to invest in and support SME initiatives. The potential impact of these initiatives of Nigeria's economic growth and poverty reduction is immense. By working together, we can create a sustainable and inclusive economic environment where SMEs thrive, driving prosperity and development for all Nigerians. Next slide, please. These are the references. Thank you on my behalf of whole group members.